Good day, sir. I'm Amor Sinaldo Jr. and we are the Group 1. And today, we're going to tackle about Introduction and Description 1.1 General Information to 1.10 Shape. So in this slide, it shows that the buoyage system's effectiveness is put to the ultimate test when a sailor unexpectedly encounters navigational lights indicating a hazard like a recent shipwreck during nighttime or in condition of low visibility. In such critical moments, the mariner must swiftly, decisively, and accurately determine the necessary action to navigate safely. In this slide, a significant incident occurred in the Dover Strait in 1971 when the Brandenburg vessel collided with the wreckage of the Texaco Caribbean, leading to its sinking. Despite proper marking of the wreckage, another ship, the Nike, struck the same wreckage a few weeks later and also sank. This tragic event resulted in the loss of 51 lives. This catastrophe played a pivotal role in promoting the development and adoption of the IALE. IALE means International Association of Marine Aids to Navigation and Lighthouse Authorities Maritime Buoyage System. The concept of a standard buoyage system began to take shape in 1889 with certain countries agreeing to mark the port side of the channels using blackhand buoys and the starboard side with red conical buoys. However, this represents a cross when lights were introduced for buoys. Some European nations placed red lights on the black port buoys to align with the red lights marking the port side of harbor entrance, while in North America, red lights were placed on the red starboard buoy, causing inconsistencies. Numerous companies attempt to establish a unified buoy system, but success included until 1936 under the League of Nations. At Geneva, a system was formulated introducing cardinal and lateral systems. This system advocated using red buoys on the port side and black buoys on the starboard side. However, several countries did not endorse this composition, continuing to maintain their original statutory system. Post-World War, a buoyage system in Northwest Europe were implemented based on the 1936 Geneva Convention. However, diverse interpretations of the system led to the emergence of 9 different systems in those waters. Recognizing the urgency for a unified system in 1973, the Technical Committee of the International Association of Lighthouse Authorities, for short IALE, a non-governmental organization uniting navigation aid services, sought to establish a worldwide buoyage system to exchange information and enhance navigational aids using the latest technology. IALA acknowledged immediate consensus on a single system was unattainable but proposed the division of the world into two regions. It suggests a system allowing the use of both cardinal and lateral system, with each region. In Region A, red in lateral system mark the port side and channels, and green denoted the starboard side, aligning with conventional buoyage direction. So, conversely, in Region B, these colors were reversed.
So, I'm the Cadet Kevin J. Obadilla. So, 1.3 of implementation. So, in 1980, at the conference convened with the assistance of the Intergovernmental Maritime Conservative Organization, or IMCO. So, now, the International Maritime Organization, or IMO, and the International Hydrographic Organization, or IHO. So, the lighthouse authorities from 50 countries and the representative of 9 international organizations. So, concerned with aids to navigation agreed to adopt the rules of the new combined system and the reached decision of the buoyage regions. And the Ayala system has now been implemented throughout much of the world. So, in some parts, however, conversion to the new system is still incomplete. So, an implementation diagram showing the latest position is included in the supplement to the Mariner's Handbook. So, in certain areas such as North America and the inland waterways of Western Europe, so the Ayala or IALA system is used with modification which are described in Admiralty, Sailing, and Direction. So 1.4 of alterations to chart. So in the past, when replacement of an existing Voyage system by the IALA or Ayala system involved extensive changes. So careful preparations and announcement were made so that the charts affected. So corrective up to date for both old and new system. So could have be available during the period of charge. So however, whilst most major alterations of Voyage to the Ayala system and have now been completed. So there are still some places where the Voyage does not comfort of the Ayala system. So progress toward completion of the change to the Ayala system is therefore likely to be gradual. A notice of changes, if given, is likely to be short. So, when a system of Voyage is changed, however, corrections enabling charts to be kept up to date. So, will be promulgated as before by the most appropriate means. So, either by notice to mariners or by issuing new edition of a affected chart.
Hello sir, I'm Christian Adoldi Racasa and now I'm going to talk about the scope of the topic. So the system applies to all fixed and floating marks other than lighthouses, circle lights, leading lights, and marked lanterns, certain large light floats and light vessels. It serves to indicate sides and center lines of navigable channels. So our topic only talks about navigable channels under fixed bridges, natural dangers and other obstructions such as dangerous wrecks, which are described as new dangers when newly discovered in certain, and areas in which navigation may be subject to regulation and other features of importance to the mariner. So other than the listed topics, they won't be talked about here in our topic. Now I'm going to talk about the chart symbols and abbreviations. Now to meet the needs of the ILA Voyage system, new symbols and abbreviations have been incorporated and some have been also altered. And they are given in chart 5011. Symbols and abbreviations used on Admiralty charts and illustrated in diagrams 9, 10, and 11. Now, I'm going to talk about the marks. Now, there are 5 types of marks that are provided by the system. These marks are lateral, cardinal, isolated danger, safe water, and special marks. They can be used in combination with each other. And the way in which cardinal and lateral marks can be continued is illustrated in diagrams 10 and 11 of our topic. And most lighted and unlighted beacons other than leading marks are also included in the system. And now I'm going to talk about marks. Most lighted and unlighted beacons other than leading marks are included in the system. In general, beacon top marks have the same shapes and colors as those used on buoys. Because of the variety of beacon structures, the accompanying diagrams show mainly buoy shapes, while wrecks are marked in the same way as other dangers. No unique type of mark is reserved for them in the IALA system.
Good day, I am Decadet Agkang and I will be reporting the Part 8, Part 9, and Part 10 of Introduction and Description of Ayala Maritime Voyage System. So Part 8 is colors. Red and green are reserved for lateral marks and yellow for special marks. Black and yellow or black and red bands or red and white stripes are used for other types of marks as described later. Part 9 is Admiralty charts. On Admiralty charts, the shading of buoy symbols formerly used to indicate the colors of buoy is omitted. A black symbol is used for predominantly green marks and for all spar buoys and beacons. An open symbol is used for all buoys and beacon towers of other colors, but with a vertical line to indicate striped safe water buoys. The abbreviated description of the color or colors of a buoy is given under the symbol. Where a buoy is colored in horizontal bands, the colors are indicated in sequence from the top. Example, East Buoy, black with yellow band, or BYB. If the sequence of the bands is not known, or if the buoy is striped vertically, The colors are indicated with the darker color first, example Safe Water Buoy, red and white stripes or RW. Part 10 is shapes. 5 basic shapes were defined when the system was devised: can, conical, spherical, pillar, and spar. To these must be added light floats as well as buoyant beacons, which are charted as light beacons. Variations in the basic shapes may be common for a common of years after the introduction of the Ayala system to a particular locality, since much existing equipment will continue in use. Can, conical, and spherical buoys indicate by their shape the correct side to pass. Marks that do not rely on their shapes for identification carry the appropriate top mark whenever practicable. However, in some parts of the world, including U.S. waters, light buoys have identical shapes on both port and starboard hand sides of laterally marked channels and are not fitted with top marks. Also in U.S. waters, a buoy with a conical or truncated conical top, known as a non-buoy, is used to mark the starboard hand side of the channel.